I think they're very good. I'm actually in college. I completed college just last semester. I graduated as a biology major and a Jewish studies major. So and my sister, she was also a Jewish studies major as well as a biology major. And up in my college, I mean, we have in the Jewish studies program, I would say there's just as much Arabs as there are Jews, and everyone gets along fine.
I think things are fine. I think if it comes into a political arena, if there's a political discussion happening, then of course there's going to be some conflict there.
There is no problem. When we coexist, we respect one another, and when we protest in Palestinian-Israeli protests here in Manhattan, we had Jews coming there and supporting us.
Our cultures are so alike too, and so, the religion is so, it's all intertwined, the food, the culture, everything that we do is basically the same. We have so much to share.
We have a problem, big problem with Israel, but it doesn't mean we have a problem with Jewish people. Because, you know, the first come the Jewish and then Christian, then the Muslim. We love Moses, we love Jesus, we love all these prophets. We can't say, oh, this guy is Jewish, so he will be killed. No way. I hope some of my customers, my Jewish customers, will show up.
On the whole, I think the Jewish community has been wonderful. They have reached out to the Muslim and Arab community, and they have tried to engage, and we have many programs that foster a dialogue and foster understanding, and that's been wonderful, and I hope more of that happens as well.
They should fall out from all over the world. They should not be there. Afghanistan is not a country that's against the United States, and they should pull out from there. They have no business being there. The Soviets have tried, and they were defeated there, and we don't want our troops to be hurt more than what they already have been.
It's gotten to the point where I'm afraid of this sort of, it almost seems like a resurgence of U.S. empire, of colonialism, and I think the Taliban is a horrible organization, and I think they do nothing but harm the Afghani people, but I don't think that what we've seen over the past few years with U.S. troops being in Afghanistan has done anything but harm.
We don't want to be anywhere, but then how could you leave a country devastated by terrorism and by the Taliban? So if you leave Afghanistan, then Afghanistan is going to be what it was 8 years ago in the hands of the Talibanis.
I think the soldiers need to just come home. They don't need to be there or in Iraq or anywhere else. America needs to mind their own business.
We can't pull out our American troops. It's simply impossible. They've been there for a while. Of course, I am saddened by the fact that they want to deploy more troops. You can be against the war, but you have to support your troops. I mean, essentially, these brave men and women are fighting for our freedom.
It depends what's in the best interest of the citizens of Afghanistan, and what moves them towards the mission and the vision that the Obama administration has articulated. So whatever is best for the people of Afghanistan should be the road that he takes. And it's his decision, he's grappling with it, so.
Absolutely. Every American has the right to serve in the American army. But we have to have more education, more understanding, and they have to have an understanding before they go into the military. This way, they will not be forced to go and fight in countries that they don't feel comfortable.
They'd have to understand that if they were taken into war, into their own homeland, or their parents' homeland, then they'd have to understand that that'd probably be a clash for them.
You know, it's like the Muslims are like other people. They are not, you know, different. So I think they are, if someone did something wrong, that doesn't mean the whole Muslim community is, you know, is like that, you know. So I think yes.
Muslims have been serving in the U.S. military since the Civil War, you know. It's not a new thing. We've had Muslims on the... There were Muslims with Columbus when he came to the United States. People don't realize that. Muslims have been around since the birth of this country.
Why not? It's their country. You should be serving your country in every way possible. And you have to feel American. You have to be American to belong to this country. And that applies, what applies to you applies to every other citizen in America.
Love education. It's you know, your parents as an Arab will harp on you about your grades forever. And I think that also there's, in this country too, there's a real sense of, we brought you to this country, you know, we have to succeed. And I think Arab parents really want to see their children go further than they have themselves gotten a chance to go.
Education is very important for us from our parents, and then we carry it on to our kids, that education and family is the core of you growing up and being a good person.
I feel like there's almost that pressure on, you know, Arab children who go to schools here, because they almost feel like they have to live up to a certain expectation, because they don't want anyone to use them being Arab as an excuse for them not fulfilling or not achieving as high as those who aren't Arabs.
I came here for my child to get a better education, and I'm focusing on that. Like, education comes first for me. I give full priority to that.
My dad always tells me he brought me here to get an education, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, because his cousins would die to be in my position, to have an education, to go to college. So I'm here now, I'm in college, I work so hard. Every weekend, it's nothing but papers, so I understand where he's coming from, because he lived back home. He knows what it feels like to not be able to have the right to get an education.
We got tough parents. I mean, well, if you met my dad, I wish you did. He's at the hospital. My dad's a big softie, but my mom's tough. My mom's tough. I was always afraid of my mom.
At the moment, I think it's very bad. I think the job prospects for anyone is very bad in this economy. I would say specifically also for Arab Americans, because of the names they hold. You know, I've heard of a lot of my friends, you know, graduated college, and they just, you know, they can't get jobs, and a lot of the reasons probably is because of their names.
I think there's still a lot of racism and prejudice in the employment field. You know, me personally, I don't know, as far as me becoming a lawyer, I don't know who my clientele would be. I don't think anyone, especially because I wear the scarf, I don't think anyone would really trust my abilities as an attorney.
Anybody can get a job, right? I mean, if you qualify for any job, you get it. It doesn't matter you the Arab. This country is better way
than our country.
Than our country.
It's too hard to get a job from in my country. And the life here in America is very easy. Very easy, not like our country. Our country to start your life and depend on yourself and start your life, it's too hard.
Sure I do, yeah. I think it's very attainable, and it's happened to many people, including friends, family. So the American dream is true.
No, I think that's just propaganda. It's just made up for people to believe, to pursue something that doesn't exist. And it's silly. Kind of, if you think about it, the American dream just keeps people wrapped up in their own little bubble, and it doesn't allow them to question what's really going on in the world. So I don't believe in it. It's not even a dream. I don't know why people think it's a dream.
I'm one of the ones they could be proud of the American dream. We came here, we worked hard, and thank God we're happy, we're well off, and I could say we made it in the United States.
Now, I don't think no. Maybe before, that's when you asked me why you come here, but now I think everywhere, all over the world, it's complicated, so we're waiting. We'll hope for the best. Still, it's America.
You can have anything you like in America. I mean, America doesn't hand things over to someone, but it does hand an opportunity. So if the opportunities are there, whatever your personal American dream is, everyone has their own personal American dream. Yeah, the opportunity's there if you want to work hard for it.
Yeah, why not? But not their dream, our American dream.
I think it was before.
Before.
But now, it's going down, I think.
The dream is gone.
Yeah. When we came to America, we have a big dream. But after we live here, it's normal. Nothing will change in our life. That we live. We live, that's it.
Yeah, I think I have to. I'm the daughter of two immigrants, you know. My mother's from Scotland, my father's from Egypt, and they came here to start a life for their children. And, you know, I'm trying to make them proud. And that's the American dream, I guess.